empowerment coach, and I help busy professional women to achieve what they want to achieve without burning themselves out. And I do that through coaching, running workshops, doing talks to this afternoon. And the main sort of outcome for people is getting more confidence, but also with people who are creative, I'm sure they experience a lot of the little pesky voices in their head, like, oh, that's not quite perfect enough, let me perfect it a little bit more, or inner critic having a go at them. Who do you think you are? Who is going to buy your stuff? Who all these sort of little voices that we all have. And so I help people to quieten those voices a little bit down. And I'm not saying completely get rid of them, because I heard people giving advice like, oh, when you hear your inner critic, just blast the music and just don't listen to them. Just what's going to happen if you don't listen to your inner critic and you don't give it your little attention? They are going to get like a Glastonbury sort of level of kid, and they will be shouting even louder. And that's because they are scared for you. Those parts are there because they want the best for you, and they are scared. They are fear driven. They don't want you to fail. They don't want you to be embarrassed. They don't want you to experience shame. They don't want you to experience rejection. So I help people to manage those voices in your head in a way that is compassionate. My business is called Truly Boldly You. So it's about being truly yourself, being bold, being authentic, being you. It's about my clients. Okay, it's about them showing up the way they authentically are. And when we listen to those worries, we can actually check, actually, is it good enough or not? What do I think? And you can listen to that part or not listen to that part. Okay, and I sometimes consciously take my perfectionist sits over here, like on this side of me. And I remember getting a invitation to be a speaker at the event for women in Oxfordshire, and I was being introduced to people who never met me. So I usually be like typing emails. Also, I don't know if anybody noticed, English is not my first language. So I'm extra worried about my grammar, my wording. So in those situations, I turn my perfectionist up. I say, okay, come sit on my lap and let's write this reply together. Let's dot all the I's and cross all the T's and do it perfectly together. So there is use of them, like, this needs to be perfect. So come and collaborate with me, my dear perfectionist. Let's do it. But sometimes perfectionists can hinder us. And the other one, which is coming up in March, is time and energy management for busy women. And this is basically all these tools that help us spin less plates, or fewer plates. Sorry, English second language. And so just have, manage ourselves a little bit better, because when we do that, and that's why is it so important? I don't think people appreciate how important it is, because when we manage our time, when we manage our energy, we can give more of us to those that we love. Not what's left of us to our family and loved ones, but what we've got, and we prioritize better. We and that helps us lead happier lives, have happier families, happier relationships with our family, but also with our colleagues, or because we are less triggered. I've noticed that whenever I lose my cool and get into a shouty mama mode, is because I've been rushed and pressured and I don't have enough time. That those are the most sort of triggering times for me to not behave in a way that I'm proud of. What I didn't expect, Claire, was how super, super supportive you are of the members of the community. Like, I'm almost ashamed that I'm not showing up as much as I would like to, because like for the talk that I'm doing, like, you created a whole page, you created a whole mini page for my workshop and shared it without me even knowing, without even asking, without me even sending you a copy or anything. You just grabbed it from my landing page, made it your your version of it, put it on the website. I'm sort of oh, and I feel like I should coach you about charging more for the membership, because because that's really that's very rare, Claire. That's very rare, that level of generosity that you give. That's what I love about it,
Oh,
and
that's great.
you are everywhere, and you're super super supportive of your members. So yeah.